How we doing, Billers? Welcome back to another Shroomy video on the crypto market, the market in whole, and looking at Bitcoin in particular. And in the recent videos, I've been very bearish, but I need to change it up. I can't keep being bearish. It's tiring for me. It's tiresome, and it's probably tiresome for you watching the video. And it's been reflected. But think about it. Bitcoin can't be printed out of thin air by a Federal Reserve like the fiat money. Bitcoin's realistically the only money on earth outside the scam system of the fiat system, and there's many other reasons that Bitcoin's great, in my opinion, and it's going to be 200k before we know it. Before we know it, this 4-year low is going to come in some point between now and the end of the year, like we've seen in 2014, 15, 2018, 2022, some point this year potentially. And if we repeat like the last 4 cycles, within a few years we're going to be back at 200k. Everyone's going to be laughing. The people that stay around here take advantage of these dips, like we get every time in the bear market. When we come down massively from high to low, come down 80%, high to low, come down 80%, high to low, come down 80%. From this high so far, we're down 50%. It could get worse. We could get another 80% correction into the 4-year cycle low. But for me, Bitcoin, everyone says it's risky. For me, it's not risky. But that's just my risk tolerance and how much I believe in it. Everyone's got their own risk tolerance, but for me, Bitcoin will be at 200k before we know it. 2013 high, where were we? 1.4k. And then we corrected 8%. People would be like, oh, crypto's over, Bitcoin's never going higher. Then Bitcoin goes from $160 up to 20k. And then from the 2017 high, Bitcoin corrects 8% from 17k down to about 3.3k. And again, what's everyone saying? Bitcoin will never return. Guess what? Bitcoin rallies. We get the double top. End of November 2021, Bitcoin's sitting about 70k. Again, we correct 81%. We get to another 4-year low. And we're sitting at 15k this time. Guess what happens? We go on a monster rally up to 126k in October of last year. And right now we're correcting again. But I'm so bullish on Bitcoin, on assets, because of the fiat money, the money printing that we've seen in the last 20 years. The fiat money that we work for, everything we do, all the transactions, the fiat money, the government, the Federal Reserve just print money. And it devalues everything, and then it makes things like houses, buildings go up in price, properties go up in price. And for me, Bitcoin's like the only money on earth outside of that scam system. Bitcoin can't be printed out of thin air by a Federal Reserve like the fiat money. It doesn't have diplomatic borders. And technically, when the wars are intensifying like we're seeing, even though I don't even believe in it one bit, we're seeing oil's had a massive rally, which again, I think oil's going to roll over. We've seen the insider trading with Donald Trump's son had a massive long on oil, and it's made loads of profit after he makes one tweet. Wait till Donald Trump puts a tweet out, and he'll have a short, and they'll just all print money, insider trading, manipulated. But again, like we see with fiat money, Bitcoin doesn't have a country that can be hit by rockets. Like Bitcoin, for me, Bitcoin's like the best asset. I think we're going to see it over 200k next cycle. And yeah, we might just need to endure a bit more of pain. But I'm fed up just making, Bitcoin's going to go down to 40k, and then nobody wants to come on and watch my YouTube videos of me going, yeah, we're going to correct 80% like we've seen. Yeah, that is what I think. That is my theory at the minute on the channel. And nobody wants to see their assets go down if they're still holding. But it presents opportunity. This was a massive opportunity. This 4-year low was a massive opportunity. If we get another 4-year low, again, it's going to be another massive opportunity. And yeah, I'm just being patient at the minute. I'm in this period where, quite frankly, bears don't make money. Bears don't make money. They don't. Most people in crypto make money by being bullish, right? Bulls make money. Bears don't make money. You put a short on, what's the max you can make? 100%. Whereas bulls, we've seen it from the lows. In 2015, we rally 13,632%. Incredible. We then get the low in 2019. Bitcoin rallies 23x. 2,388%. Incredible. Then, from the lows in 2022, we rally about 600-700%. That cycle just been in the quantitative tightening cycle. There was no money printing, and we know that there's going to be money printing in the next cycle coming up. And this is my point. Bears don't make money, bulls do. But what bears, all bears technically are to me, is people that are just want a better entry, which is fair enough. And then there's obviously people who just hate crypto and Bitcoin, that want Bitcoin to absolutely tank and never return. Which, every time we get to one of these bottoms, the fear in the market's massive, the sentiments in the market's like terrible, and people are saying it will never return, it will never return. And these areas, these times of absolute capitulation which come every 4 years, if it repeats, no guarantee it will, but if we do get this 4-year cycle low again, the opportunity is going to be incredible. And that is why, on this channel, even though times are tough, even though my channels went from getting about 2,000, 1,000 videos, even though I just made the channel back in October, getting 1,200k views, I'm now getting about 100 to 200 views. So what does that tell you? The views are down about 80% as well. That's not stopping me. I believe in Bitcoin. I believe in crypto. I disagree with the fiat system. I disagree with the Federal Reserve printing money. But realistically, would assets like Bitcoin be going mental if it wasn't for them printing money? Would we see what's happened in silver if it wasn't for that unprecedented money printing at COVID? Probably not. So there's highs and lows. You can take the positives from it, and that's what I'm doing. I don't believe in the fiat system. I'm finding other ways around it. Bitcoin, I have so much conviction in, and it's just about trying to improve and get better at reading the market all the time. And that is what I'm doing. I'm no expert by any means. I just like coming on this channel, making videos, and yeah, if people enjoy what I have to say, then fair enough. They subscribe and they like the videos. That's up to them. I just like putting out content, journaling my thoughts on the market in these videos, and usually I'm looking at charts and drawing lines and being a bit of a degen, but this video is just a bit of a rant on the market, because the last few videos for me have just been bearish. If I was the viewer watching, I'd be like, shut up, I don't want to listen to that. But look, it is what it is. I want to make more upbeat content, because to be honest, in a few months' time, if Bitcoin keeps capitulating, I'm just going to be going in. I'm going to be buying. I'm close to buying in here. Very close to buying. We're now down over 50%, and anywhere kind of in this purple box, I'm happy to dollar cost average in, buy the dips, and take advantage of the 4-year low potentially that's coming. And yeah, chart's simple for me. With a massive rising wedge, we've broken down, and it ties in with this 4-year low. So we've had 4 4-year highs, we've had 3 4-year lows. I'm expecting another one. But quite frankly, as I've said, next cycle I expect Bitcoin above 200k. And what much else do I have to say? I'm mega bullish on Bitcoin. I expect it above 200k. Bitcoin doesn't have a country that can get hit by rocks. It doesn't have a Federal Reserve that can print more Bitcoin. There's a certain amount of Bitcoin, 21 million Bitcoin. It's the most that can ever be printed. There's a cap supply. So if at one point everyone in the world wants Bitcoin, which I reckon it probably will come to that point, and there's only a limited supply, then it's going to go up, isn't it? Whereas fiat money, they just print more. So guess what happens? It gets diluted, it loses value. Then we see things like properties going up in value and becoming unaffordable. And Bitcoin is the only money on earth outside the scam system. That is my opinion. That is my take. And that is why I'll keep my conviction in the space, and I'll keep making videos. And if people want to watch my videos, then so be it.